just arrived in Gran Canaria to discover this island. I think there's going to be a few surprises, especially after Lanzarote and Fuerteventura. I'm looking forward to it. Apparently it looks a bit bigger, and just from the first looks it looks a lot greener than the other two islands. But we're going to discover some stuff, and I think there's going to be a few surprises as well in store. So come along, let's have a look at what Gran Canaria has in store for us. Let's go. Just arrived in Gran Canaria, where we're going to be spending a week discovering stuff. Now, if you've seen my other videos, you'll know that I get everything wrong and I get lost a lot. So I'm looking forward to getting lost a lot and getting things wrong for a week. But somebody needs to give Peter McKinnon a chance. So let's go and explore. The place called, it looks like it's called Agüimes, but I imagine it's called Agüimes. I will try and find out later. There's lots of sculptures in this place all around. ¿Cómo?
El pueblo, Agüime.
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 Gracias.
Agüime.
So there you have it. Agüimes, as I thought it was called, is Agüime. Let's hear what he's saying. He's saying, oh God, she's been on the mojitos again. Thank God I got my mask on. And this is the church, I think, of San Sebastian in Agüimes. So the donkey's here, as it says there. It's a memorial to the agricultors that used to come here to do their shopping on a donkey and then going back again on their donkeys with their shopping, I guess. There's lots of poetry here as well, which is good. I don't know why, but there's lots of these statues around. It's really quite nice. Agüimes. I think she's selling padron peppers, this woman. I found the statue of this woman. Plaza Santo Domingo in Agüimes. And it's windy. This guy looks a little bit like Thierry du Sautoir, but I don't think it is. Another important part of the Canaries is camels. So it's fitting that they've got a sculpture of a camel, a statue of a camel in bronze in Agüimes. And here they make handmade cigars. So this is a machine for crushing sugarcane, or for putting sugarcane through to make sugar syrup, which is used then to make rum. And today we are in Arucas, and it was here that they sort of cut down all of the forest around, we'll have a look afterwards, to make sugarcane to make rum. This church is absolutely massive in Aruca, and it looks like a Gothic church, but in fact it was built in the early 20th century. Looks like they've had a bit of a concert here in front of the church. Don't know whether it's open or not. I'll have to go and have a look around. For all the little churches in the Canary Islands, this is absolutely massive. It looks a bit out of place, but There you go, early 20th century. It is the workers' church for masons, quarry earth, labourers and stone cutters. Like all those hills there, all over there, were covered in forest, and the first Spanish settlers that came here grew sugarcane. They felled the forest and grew sugarcane to make rum. There's still a rum distillery here, and it's supposed to be quite a good rum. Call it honey rum or something like this. And to harvest all of the sugarcane, they enslaved the local Canarian population, which I don't think any of them exist anymore, and brought over, as I said in another section, African slaves to work it. And this is where the richness of this town came about. And there is some of that ron miel, honey rum. And also another big thing that they grow here, you can see them everywhere, is bananas, lots and lots of bananas and lots of potatoes. Municipal Gardens of Aruca. It's over 10,000 square meters with plants from all over the world, rare plants and whatever. So if they can build a place like this, you know that this place is quite rich. This is the village of Tejeda in the mountains, which is going to be one of the most beautiful villages in Spain. Let's go and explore. This is the square in Tejeda. One of the most beautiful villages in Spain. Apparently one of the most beautiful villages, or the most beautiful village, on Gran Canaria. restaurant called Faro de Arinaga. And it says in the guidebook that you wouldn't want to go through there because you have to go through this industrial estate, which is absolutely true. You go through this industrial estate and all of a sudden you come to here. A lot of wind, but this side is really beautiful. You can just see over there the airport, planes coming into land, and some volcanoes in the background. And you'll notice the coat of arms is two dogs, which is why the Canaries get their name from. I think this is my favourite one, Fuerteventura, closely followed by Lanzarote. These are all the plaques of all of the towns on Gran Canaria. The church looks fairly modern, but apparently it's 500 years old, and it was built on the site of a hermitage to San Juan de Ortega in 1502. This is an old washing place with the pure water of Fergas, which is a mineral water. From the town of Fergas down to the sea. Not a very nice day today, but you know, that happens. What you really notice about this area is it's really green, especially after Lanzarote and Fuerteventura. Lots of trees and lots of things growing in the fields. And it looks like, in the fields, it looks like real soil. It doesn't look like the volcanic sort of gravel which is on Lanzarote at least and Fuerteventura. So it looks very lush. This is the monument al Ganadero, which is a rancher. It's called El Rincón de Marcos. Specializes. Every single dish here is made from or of watercress. And if you buy any water in the Canary Islands, it's normally comes from here. So this, as it says, was the first hospital in the city in the 15th century up until the 18th century. And over here is Casa Colon, over here. I'm going to walk up now to the cathedral, and see if we can get up onto the top tower, because apparently you can get to the bell tower and have a view of the city. Let's have a look at that. This is a cathedral of Santa Ana in Gran Canaria. I'm going to visit the cathedral and then go up to the lift to get a panoramic view of Gran Canaria. So the Canaries were conquered in 1478, and this cathedral started to be built in 1500. And as with all conquests, apparently the island was covered with forest, and the Spanish at the time decided to cut down all the forests to grow sugarcane, and they enslaved the local Canary population at the time, and brought also a black African slave to work in the sugarcane plantation. See how the Spanish thought at the time how important it was, because Spain looks bigger than Africa on this globe. This is the view from the top of the cathedral to Las Palmas. This is the courtyard next to the cathedral, and there's palm trees, there's a garden, and there's a water feature, and there are balconies up there. So it looks like any Arab garden that you would see from the Mughal Empire, or in places like Morocco or in north of India. It looks exactly the same. So this is to commemorate Christopher Columbus, who came here in 1492 before going to discover America. This is the diary of Christopher Columbus, 1492. Apparently it's the only handwritten document which testifies to the fact that Christopher Columbus was in the Canary Islands. This is the house of Christopher Columbus, and it looks again modelled on an Arab garden. Looks like a riad. There's no water feature, but there may have well have been one. This is the church of St. Augustine. I won't speak too loud because people are praying here. As I found in Krakow, there was a place of St. Rita. This is something to go and pray to St. Rita as well. Full surf city in Las Palmas. These bananas are grown here, the local bananas. There's different types of bananas. These ones are from the Canary Islands, from Gran Canaria. And more bananas. This is the Tiane. Is a big stone bass, which is, they do quite a lot of here. I just saw some there, which is salted stone bass. Sardines and octopus. It's all, I don't know, it's goats, and there's, oh look at that one, gorgonzola. In February, and the size of the cherries is amazing, and the strawberries too. Iberico ham. Pata negra?
Iberico.
Ah, okay.
But it's the same.
Okay, not Bellota.
No, yeah. Bellota es alimentación.
Okay.
Acorn.
Yeah,
Bellota
Bellota.
is for the alimentation.
Okay.
Okay, and later we have the percent of Iberian race, or percent of the race of the pork. We have
Okay.
100% Iberian race, 50 and 75. Okay, a meats and the red meats.
Thank you.
It's the two difference, the food and the race.
Right.
Okay, and in Spain we have a 4 quality Iberian ham. We have the first one quality is the white bear like this, but white. The pork living all his life in a cage.
Okay.
And only eat natural green and for 10 more weight.
Uh-huh.
Then you have the green, the red and black. They bobs living totally free in the forest. And the difference
The
is,
black?
yeah, the black, red and green.
Okay.
Living totally free, like this.
Yeah.
Like the picture.
Uh-huh.
Okay? And the difference is an alimentation and the race of the pork.
Okay.
The black is the top quality, 100% Iberian race, feeding with acorn. The 50 is a meat, 50% Iberian
Yeah.
race, the red. And later, the green is a 50% Iberian race, but is feeding with natural greenness.
Okay, thank you. I never knew that.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Have a good day.
Bye-bye. These are the dunes of Maspalomas. So these dunes are all made from, the sand that is all made from coral and shells. And at their widest, from here to the sea, it's 1.5 kilometers. And it's as long, far as the eye can see that way, and as far as the eye can see this way. This is the village of Mogan. We've just come up from Puerto Rico, and you couldn't have much more of a contrast. It's starting to get a bit high. It's a little village. We're just going to explore, see what is around here. I don't think there's much, but we'll go. Fun fact about Mogan is they grow a lot of subtropical fruit here: bananas, avocado and mangoes. And it is ranked as one of the most sunniest places on the planet. The days with the most sun. There you go, fun factoid. This is the church of St. Anthony de Padua in Mogon, which apparently was actually set up by a guy from here who made his fortune in Cuba and kept sending money back to his relations to build this church, but they sort of used the money for other things, fags and beer and stuff. And this church just started to get built when he returned, and he died when it was hardly built. But this then made this parish independent from Tejeda. This is it grew up around this church really in 1814. This is called the Degollada de los Yegues. Banana plantations for as far as the eye can see. this is Puerto Morgan, and it's known as the Venice of the Canary Islands. Probably because of this bit of water here, but we'll see if there's any gondoliers in here. I guess this is why they call it Little Venice, or the Venice of the Canary Islands, because of this bit of water with lots of little bars and restaurants alongside. It's quite nice actually. So whenever there's a beach, you're obliged to sit on top of everybody. That's the rule. So if you live in a crowded city or town, then the best thing to do when you come on holiday is come to a crowded beach. There you go, feel at home. So if you come to Puerto de Morgan, you may see the beach totally crowded. It's worth coming around to the port, and this is the port here, and it looks in some way a bit colonial and a little bit more sort of oldie worldy than the beachfront, which is absolutely crowded with people. Lots of little restaurants, bars, etc. And the port, huge fish look like mullet and other things in there. This is Puerto Rico Beach. Lots and lots of sunbeds all on top of each other. To the other side where there's lots and lots of sunbeds all on top of each other. There you go. I don't know what to say really, but there you go. That's Puerto Rico Beach. The only thing is, I would say, is that we're in the south where we've just come from, and it was really, really windy, and here there's not a breath of wind, so it's not bad. Now this is a short walk that follows the coast from Puerto Rico, not in South America, to Amadores, and it's about 1.2 kilometers, and this is what we have behind us, the sea. It's lovely. There at the end of this lovely little walk along the sea is Amadores plage. Packed February. So you imagine later on in the season, it'd be even more packed. Let's look in this way because it looks nicer right here. Look at that, very romantic. A yacht in the silver light. This is Puerto Rico on the Canary Islands, not in South America, and a lot of the places on Gran Canaria are a bit like this. Really overbuilt. Hotels and amusement complexes everywhere. And well, it's a big difference between here and the other two islands I've visited, which is Fuerteventura and Lanzarote, which are slightly wilder, although there are places on Lanzarote like this, Costa Teguise and Playa Blanca, but seems to be a lot more here. We're on top of a mountain, hiking up to the Roque Nublo, which is that thing up ahead, I think. But the view here is absolutely fabulous. To the valley. Superb. Ah, that looks like the Roque Nublo up ahead. Just down there, it's blowing a hoolie. In the valley, it's about 23. Feels like 28 to 30. And up here, it's really cold wind. So on top of a mountain in Gran Canaria, and just in front you can see the Roque Nublo. It's blowing a hoolie. It's amazing how cold the air is up here compared to down below. I've got a coat on, as you can see, and you probably can't hear my voice. Anyway, right here, no, just to go back down, it feels like it's moving. This rock climb feels with the wind that it's moving, or is it just me? Today we're in Terror in the mountains, but in the south side, and it's raining. So let's go and discover Terror. So this is the church, it's a basilica of the Quiet Virgin of the Pine Square. No, it's not. It's just called the Basilica of the Quiet Virgin. And apparently shepherds in the region in 1481, on the 8th of September in fact, saw an apparition. And then this became the most important pilgrimage destination on the island of Gran Canaria. another thing that Teruel's famous for is mineral water. And we'll see more of that in Fiagas. Central square in the village of Tunte, which has a great panaderia for cakes. A lot of the churches in Gran Canaria have a roof which is a bit built like a boat, in fact, from wood. Here is the old wash place, the lavoir. There's 24 places where they could do their washing. The local village, well, I guess it was the women. I bet they were chatting away about loads of stuff here.
So Chris, this is the end of our trip on the island of Gran Canaria. What did you think about it?
Well, it's a bit mixed really, because at the beginning I thought it was not very nice, having been used to Fuerteventura, which is lovely, and Lanzarote, which we know quite well, and it's very, very nice. It was cold, it was windy, and we went to a lot of places which were basically tourist complexes. So the food was not great, it was a bit of a rip-off, it was quite expensive, and it was totally overcrowded. So that bit wasn't great. However, then we went to the mountains, which was amazing, and we went to see some really, really nice villages as well. One of them by the sea, which was very, very nice, Puerto de Nieves. And so at the end, I think I would say that I would recommend this place. It's really, really nice, but it depends where you go. Of course, it also depends what you're looking for.
So you've been to other islands like Lanzarote and Fuerteventura, on which you've done some really nice videos, which I recommend.
Thank you.
How would you compare that to Gran Canaria then?
I think it's difficult to compare it in a way. because in Lanzarote, maybe it's because we know where to go. We don't go to the places that are overcrowded, whereas here we didn't know. And there were a lot of places which were very, very, like I said, touristy, etc. However, where we stayed was quite nice. It was just out of the tourist area, just from near Playa del Ingles, but not enough in the tourist area. However, it was a little bit quiet.
What was your best part on Gran Canaria?
I think the best part was actually in the mountains. It was absolutely amazing. I mean, the scenery was fabulous. The weather was good as well. I don't know whether there's a big difference in the weather in Fuerteventura and Lanzarote and Gran Canaria, but maybe it's this district where we are, because we went to some places where we left in the morning where it was really cold, quite cold, not mega cold, but quite cold and very windy. I went to these other places which were like 27, 28 degrees with sun, with no wind. So I think it depends where you are. However, there are places which are just, I would not go to. No way. I mean, you know, as I say, you've got to respect that people have a choice to do what they want, but it's just not my cup of tea, some of the stuff that we saw. So I would say, in essence, that Gran Canaria is great, and I'd come back again, I think. I think I would.
Good. So we're looking forward to your next trip to the Canary Islands.
Absolutely. That'll be very soon. Thank you.